The ability to do voices, like different voices. Not everybody can do that. Great deal of confidence. Now, somebody that can do it overly confident, that's for sure. But you can't just be like, you'd have to have attempted it at some time or thought about it. And I noticed that looking at something the other day. I'm like, some people are multifaceted. It's the truth. More well-rounded people are multifaceted. They can do more things. There's more variety. Probably subject to like more sophisticated thought processes or something. I don't know what causes it. An ability to hear and mimic. That has a lot to do with it, because I have a friend who's like, not a photographic memory, he's got an audiographic memory. Weird. This Gus is older than my friend. It's a break. I need to call him. Text him or something, tell him Gus is fine. I don't care. He wasn't in a position, man. He's having health issues. I don't want to take anybody's fucking dog. You're looking for a home or anything. It's a different story. Rooster was a different story too. It was boarded here for like a year, and then the guy didn't want to put a bill. And what a dick! Fuck you. And then he had left town. Like, he got deported because of his green card or something. I don't know. He was in England. A guy with billions, Fuck you. I got paid everything like a $1,200 or something. I got most of what. I got stuck with Brew. It's alright. Brew can catch a frisbee. He's hyper. Got bird dog in him, I can tell. Glad I got up. I gotta go get that piece of chaga, but I'm waiting. I know where it is. I'm going to do a mushroom hunting video. I'm going mushroom hunting, so I might as well make a video because I know where the chaga is. I can show people how to take it off the tree without fucking up the tree too much. The only thing is I need a Bowie knife. I'm missing Bowie knives. Like I got the one really expensive one. Yeah, certainly. It's upstairs. I got a throwing knife that's pretty heavy duty. I might be able to chop it off. I use a hammer and a knife to slice it off the tree. I got chaga. I haven't been drinking any. It's all right. I was into it for a while. Now I don't seem to need it. My leg's fucked up, but I mean, my God, it's not near what it was. I don't know. I think I know. I think I know why it's like this. I do. I think I know why it's like this. Let me get a Red Bull in here. Oh, you know what sucks? It's like I got 2 streams open right now. I'm just so annoyed with this. What? You turn off a stream and then it doesn't close out for some reason. That's YouTube. That's not my phone. That's YouTube. It's real rude. Oh look, there's somebody here. How much are those bags of chicken at Walmart? I would have to guess, but they're up in price. They're probably $6.40 or something like that. I didn't look because I just need to buy them, so it doesn't matter what they cost. I'm stuck buying them. It's something like that. It's pretty pricey. It's not 7 yet. Everything's up so much. It's pretty ridiculous. Let me go get a Red Bull. I'll be right back. How do you feed them to the dogs raw? You just give it to them whole, because you don't want to cut it up. You want the dog to masticate it itself, and their poultry bones are hollow, so it's very easy for the dog to digest those. And I know you've probably heard, like, don't give your dog chicken bones. That's cooked chicken bones. All cooked bones are bad for your dog. They'll give your dog the shits. They'll give your dog enteritis. So raw bones are okay, but the problem with, like, beef bones, like those big femur bones, bear down too hard on those. If they've started doing that as a puppy, they know how to work a bone. That's a different story, but they'll wear down their teeth pretty bad. You never give any type of cut bone. Like, you wouldn't give your dog like a pork chop bone. Do you give them raw, like organ? Yeah, you just give them the leg quarter. Yeah, exactly. It got when I first started doing it, it was like, oh my God, that's gross. And then now I don't care. I've Skyped recently with a human that eats raw meat. That's all they eat. 2 of them. There's a crow around here. It's real easy. Just give it to them. It's cheaper than. Do you also give them kibble? No, you do not give kibble and raw together. And the reason for this is the mobility in the kibble is different. Also, kibble has bone meal in it. And bone meal is cooked bone. And cooked bone is an irritant to your dog. So that's why a lot of times people that have their dog on dog food, dogs get diarrhea a lot. You know what I'm talking about? So you don't mix in kibble. The mobility problem is that your kibble expands in the dog. They got to drink a lot of water. So when it expands, it'll push the undigested chicken out. You're screwed. As far as fiber goes with your chicken, if you want to add some fiber, you could use canned spinach. You don't use raw vegetables, because raw vegetables, your dog can't utilize them. Think about like the contents of the prey animal's stomach, right? In that realm, like, think about it like this way. Say your dog, you got like a German Shepherd sized dog. It kills and eats a rabbit, right? It's gonna eat the whole rabbit. Now it's gonna eat the stomach contents in the rabbit, and that would be the plant material. How much, and it's cooked by the stomach juices, right? How much plant material is there? Not really a lot. So you don't want to give your dog like a lot of spinach. You give him like a teaspoon of spinach and a leg quarter or 2 leg quarters. Now you can use oats too. What? Can you do a video? Yeah, I've already done that. Go look. Got a whole playlist, raw diet. Really? Come on. I don't take requests anyway. You know, recently I used one of those fucking services where you, excuse my language, where like you sign up for it or whatever. You had to give them a credit card. You only want to use the trial period, right? You want to check it out. And then you have to cancel. Like I used a couple of those. It was such a pain in the ass. It was so horrible. About a month ago, I used something like that. Yeah, about a month ago. And I canceled, and they still charged me. They had some kind of like weird, so rude, man. Like people, these companies that nickel and dime you to death. It just seems like a scam. One other thing that you can do, I think that's funny. You can use oats, which I use oats for like skinny dogs. That's adding in carbs. It turns to glucose. So with some skinny dogs, you might want to add in a little carb. Use quick oats, okay? Because they don't really need to be cooked. So you can sprinkle it on the chicken. What else? You want to use chicken leg quarters because there's proper amount of calcium in it. If you give them like hamburger or something, you got to add calcium. It's going to get all technical for you, and then you're going to screw up. So the easiest is to give chicken leg quarters. That is the cut you give. All right. So if you're still there, you understand? Use chicken leg quarters. It's more dummy proof. Start, giving, I want to, and another thing, when you do this, a lot of people just want to like, I'm going to give them every kind of meat there is. Do not do that. Just stick with chicken for a while. Get used to it. Your dog shouldn't have any diarrhea going on raw diet. Like none. There should be like zero problems with it. Give them a multivitamin, right? A couple times a week, 2-3 times a week. You don't have to give it daily. You can get cheap dog vitamins at Walmart. I use those. Chewy has them too. Or you can give them a Centrum, depending on the size of the dog, like a couple times a week. But you want to give them a little multivitamin to make sure. Oh, I didn't get trash bags. Son of a bitch. God, do I go by Dollar General and get trash bags? If I don't have any, I'm just gonna be screwed. I gotta get trash bags. Cannot have this stuff just sitting around. It's like, you should see the bathroom. It's just like, see that? That's what I gotta do today. Found Mango's bong. Denied it. I know it's his. Fucker. He's got a problem. I think he's the one that got Marty on the fucking pipe too. Well, he was blaming it on Marty's. Marty was, Jesus Christ, that dog was stoner. Couldn't get that dog to do shit. Well, actually, you could. Marty was pretty awesome. Mango's the big stoner. He doesn't do anything. He just gets wasted and sleeps. Is this open yet? Well, I'll sit here and live stream. Yeah, what else am I gonna do? Anybody know what time it is? Doesn't look like it's open yet. Can anybody tell me what time it is? Does anybody really care? What time is it, people? What do you feed your watermelon head baby? That's not my kid, dude. It's funny you would say that. I'm gonna do that video. I'm gonna do that soon. I'm gonna get that watermelon headed woman on video. I am. It's been real difficult getting her on video, but it's gonna be worked out. It is. It's going to be worked out. I'll do it soon. You should see that. The ass on that thing. It's crazy. I'll get it on video. It's pretty scary looking. So I got a lot of stuff to do today. We got to use stain kill in Sam's room. I'm gonna paint that up. You should have gone to the Murray show. Maury Povich. This isn't open yet. No. What time is it there in LA? Did you tell me? What is it? 4 hours difference in LA? What time you got? $4:30, $5:30, $6:30, $7:30, $8:30. Is that right? 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. I think it's open. I'll be right back. Thank you. Appreciate it. Watch my car. God, it's that fucking open. I gotta get working, man. Maybe I have a bag that I can get going with it. As you see, I'm using a lot of bags. There's always trash leaving my house. It's unbelievable. You cannot fucking just leave stuff lying around. I am not a hoarder. I'm an artist and I use stuff to make stuff, but if it's not used, it can't stay here because I'm not a hoarder. It just gets like, I just got truth. I'll put shit down and I'm looking around for it, which is good because it means that I don't have Alzheimer's. Like I'm not like, I know I'm looking for it. I just can't see it because there's stuff everywhere, My eyes aren't so great. But it's just like you cannot, as an artist, I cannot function with just tons of shit around. When it's cluttered, it's really hard to make shit. It is. Like if I have a show going up, man, I'll be in an area and I'll just make it a mess. Just be a mess. And then there's like this point where like, I gotta clean it up so that I can look at the piece and reevaluate everything because there's just too much clutter. You can't be working on something clean up every night. That's not gonna happen. My mom painted when she was when I was a baby. I got into the paint, so my mom stopped doing it. But she's like, you can't. She's like, I can't just be like painting and then put everything up. That's not the way it works. So you got to kind of leave it out so you're ready to go. I remember I wanted to see some of the paintings my mom did. There weren't any. I said, where are the paintings? She said, oh, they weren't very good. I assumed that they were very dark. I don't know. She pitched them or something. My mom never really completed shit. Like, she was talked about writing a novel, and she was writing, and I said, well, let me see it. And she said, oh, it's not very good. Like that, like, just like this, like, defeatist attitude. Like, if you want something, you better go get it. You better stick with it. There ain't no easy road, that's for damn sure. Life's tough. You're looking for the easy road. Okay, well, when you're dead, or when you're about to die, you look back on your life, you look back honestly, and ask yourself, did you give it a fair shot? Did you? Because if you stick with it, you might not get exactly what you want, but you'll get what you need. It's the truth. I ain't rich, but I don't have to work for anybody. Oh, it's real slow now because of pandemic and shit, but I don't have to work for anybody. I can scrape by, which is big. You practice something, like you love to do something, you do that in your life. You don't do a shit job. And if you stick with it long enough, by the time that you're like my age, you can make money doing it. It's a fact, and people will search you out because you've been doing it for years, so you've mastered your craft. I can train any fucking dog. That's how it is right now. I train any dog to do anything that's a dog is trained to do. Any dog, it does not matter. Every dog that comes here learns the same shit. It doesn't matter what age it is. I can teach them, they're all different. There's a sliding scale, there's like a spectrum. I can teach any dog. I stuck with it. I stuck with the three things that I wanted to do. Yeah, it's arrested development compared to other people, They move on. I was just like, this is what I want to do as a kid. The only thing that I didn't do, there was 4 things I wanted. I wanted to be a jockey. And the only thing that held me back from being a jockey was my size. I'm too tall, man. I'm like 5'7" and a half. It's too big, and I'd have to be, I couldn't have not that I'm bulky, but I mean, I'd have to cut weight, I'm too tall, man. Jockeys, they want about 5 foot, 5'1". I'm not even close. So I gave that up a long time ago when I started like, oh, you know, it's not gonna work. But everything else I stuck with. Besides, being a jockey is dangerous. Not that that was one of the reasons why I had this thing when I was younger. I still sort of have it, but not really. I noticed it when I was on the motorcycle. Like I was getting going a little bit too fast there. That's why I want to get rid of it. Like I was going down a hill the other day, down a mountain, and I was in this thing with, which is all right. You know, it's just 25-mile-an-hour turns, like, you know, one of those signs. And I'm like, all right, let's do it at 60. I'm a professional driver, it's no problem. But I mean, like, my dad had this too. My dad flew airplanes and shit. He had a motorcycle. He rode that bike until he was like 78 or 79. And then finally, his wife made him sell it. She was younger. And they got along great. They were exactly alike, pretty much. But it's just the bike is not necessary, and that sort of flirting with death thing. You outgrow it as you get older. It might still sort of be there, but you know, it's just like I've already done it. You know, it's like how many times I had to walk into a swamp with a dog, going hunting. You know, I would do a lot of that. I was totally into that. That's not. You shouldn't go hunting alone. Be like, well, I got Ike with me, and Ike saved my ass, like, on 2 different occasions. I was drowning. I would have been dead if it wasn't for that dog. I don't know. It's like it reminded me of wrestling, sort of, in that, like, my adrenaline would get pumped, you know? There was always this point where I'd be, like, pumped. That'd be that... Hunting like I would do, like walking into the swamp and the cattails, like an extreme sport. That was nuts. I took a girlfriend with me once. She was flipped out. She's like, where are we? Oh, because you're in the cattails and all you can see is straight up. So if you're not careful, you can get turned around. There's dogs that are those things. You know, they just get lost. They can't get out of the shit. At your lab, you know, better be an experienced lab. Just, you know, your lab isn't going to get lost because your lab's going to be with you. But I mean, it does happen. They get in there and they get lost. So you don't want to take a young lab and it's fucking around. I mean, here, the lab would get out because there's, you know, 4 miles out each way, and you know, you're going to hit a road. Like any of these woods. Some story about like some guy that went coot hunting. A coot's like a water bird, not dissimilar of a duck. It's similar to a duck, sort of. They interesting enough, like I'd shoot a coot, you know, and my dad would say, well, they taste like mud, you know, but they don't. They only taste like mud, and we cooked them with my dad. You had to skin them. He's like, no, I don't want it. You know, Pete, you can eat it. And they taste like liver. They taste like beef liver, and the meat was like real red like that. But there was this old duffer. He was 70 or something. He went coot hunting, and he got lost in the woods. Like I guess he had Alzheimer's or something, or not. Maybe not. Like if you got, this is the truth. Grouse hunting, even in this area, there were times I always took a lighter with me, because I didn't know if I'd be spending the night in the woods. And there was always times that I was like, oh shit, you know, I don't know where I'm at. You can be in the woods and be like 10 feet from a path, and you don't know that the path is there because it's so thick. So if you don't have, if you know, you don't know where you're at, you're sort of stuck. So I take a light with me just in case I got stuck. If that never happened, I always had Tonk and Ike with me, so I wouldn't be flipping out, but you know, no Bigfoot's gonna fuck with me if I got a dog. I don't think so. But, you know, so I took a lighter, because like if I get stuck, if it's nighttime, you really cannot see. It's sort of better that you stay put, because you can get hurt. So if it's real dark, I mean, if it's a full moon, maybe you could walk out, but you know, it's sort of better wait until light if you can. You want to make matters worse. I guess if you have water, you could sort of keep walking, maybe, you know. It's just like, if it's real dark, man, you might get hurt. But you know, the old duffer he got lost, and like he ended up dying. Like they had to go look for him. You know, it's just like some people don't know when to quit. My dad riding a bike at 78. Well, I guess he did know when to quit because he quit. His wife, his younger wife, it's a sad story. You know, they got along great and shit. I liked her. She was good to my dad. And so my dad died 81 or something. I don't know. Whatever, he died. So it's not important. But his wife was a lot younger. So she was like, "Fuck it, I'm out of here. I'm gonna move to Florida." She had a really good job, and she had money. She was gonna like move to Florida and like retire early. You know, she's about my age now, a little bit older, and you know, there's quite an age difference, and it was weird. Like I didn't hear from Susan, and then you know, I had stuff going on, and then you know, 8 months had passed. I tried calling her, and this woman picked up and said hello. It was her friend, and Susan got a brain tumor and, you know, brain cancer, and was incapacitated. And she said, yeah, I've been trying to help her out, just answering emails and stuff. And I was like, whoa. And then Susan lingered on for about another year or something, year and a half, and then she passed. It was weird, man. It's not a good way to go. I guess no way is good to go. You don't want to be stuck in a bed, though. Jesus Christ. It's like Alzheimer's. Like, you want as much time as you can, but what if you forget to pedal load the gun? That'd be a bitch. And that's how it is. That's how it's described. As like, it isn't like, it's about memory, but it's like, it's not about like where you play it, where are the scissors. It's about, do you remember what the scissors are used for? That's rough, right? That's rough. Manage your B12, your B vitamins, because that plays a part, and so does cholesterol. That's what they believe. Well, pernicious anemia will bring it on. You don't want pernicious anemia. So I suggest you don't have a vegetarian diet, because my friend Zeta got it. She's on, and it's just nice, just sophisticated. She got it, and it was rough. You would see this tear in her eye. I remember one day she was starting to get lost and stuff. She started crying, and I said, "What's the matter, Zeta?" And she goes, "I'm losing my mind." She knew. And I'm like, "It'll be all right, Zeta." She's it's pretty awesome. Lived in a castle in Italy and shit. Had this like sort of like glamorous life. A lot of people would see it as glamour. She's just an artist that, you know, she had a Stradivarius and she had something else. It was like a Stradivarius. The Strat was worth a lot of money, I know that. She had a Stradivarius, and then she had one that she'd play that was, it's just, you know, it was probably like a $300,000 violin and shit. I never saw this Strat. I forgot where they kept it. Her daughter has it. I don't know if her daughter auctioned it when Zeta died, but they kept it like hermetically sealed or something. They kept it somewhere that it couldn't get fucked up because it's like there's a limited supply of Strats. There's always some violinist that wants a Strat. I asked her, I said, what makes those things so great? She said, oh, you gotta hear them. The sound is just, it's incredible. I've been trying to figure out a good a violin. I make noise on it. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like it because there's no I want to keep fucking around with it. Although I think it's a left-handed one, so I don't know. Why can't I learn that? I might be able to take that thing off and put a right-handed one on. Like if I took like a Dremel tool. I think it's a left-handed one. I don't know. I don't really know anything about them. I'm just assuming it's left-handed. Makes a cool sound. This got done, man. It's awesome. I got shit to do today for sure. Oh my god. Oh, I'm glad this thing passed inspection. My aunt passed in December from brain cancer just 3 months out. I'm sorry. That sucks. It's a bad way to go. Morty Lucas's wife died that way too. The person like just becomes incapacitated. Sort of like the Alzheimer's person, ends up in bed. You die of Alzheimer's, by the way. That's what kills you. You get in bed, you're not going to be able to get out. It's not just losing your memory. You go downhill. They said that they were going to find a cure for that. They have not. They haven't. Shit. They said that they were going to find a cure for cancer. That was the Nixon administration. They have much more options, you know, but they haven't really found a cure. There's just so many different types of cancer. It just causes, you know, it's not like there's a magic pill. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna work on Sammy's room. I got Sammy blueberries. Loves the shit out of them. You know, if I drug like a black trash bag in Sammy's room that had full of shit stuff in it, it'd be flipped out. The color black like that. Yeah, it is, right? They go sort of quicker. Alzheimer's, from the time that it started, approximately about 10 years, I think. Which is different than a senior moment. Which is senior moment I'll probably start having soon. My brain's works so great, you know. It's fallen off the cliff that really kicked it in high gear. Yeah, a few more days. It'll be 59. It's crazy. I don't feel 59. I don't know. I can talk to anybody, so I think about people that are 59. I talk to them, and I'm like, man, I am nothing like that person, like the fat bald guy that works on Wall Street. I think about my dad at 59. I'm like, I just, you know. My dad was obese, though. Oh, will you? Yeah, you're in my boat, huh? A lot of shit gets easier as you get older, though. It does. Yeah, being young was rough. I had a lot of issues. It did. It was fucking hard. High school was terrible. Was. That was a terrible time in my life. And then getting out of high school, living on the fucking streets and shit, that sucked. The military sucked. My drunken days, as in, in Kansas City, and then the drunken years in New York City, like, that was rough. And then it started getting better. I guarantee you, drugs, alcohol only make shit worse. So if you haven't started, don't. And if you are doing it, stop. A lot of people think like weed fucks you up, especially if you've been smoking it since you were a kid, because your brain isn't totally formed. So if you're a heavy smoker, it fucks you up. It's a proven fact. It just fucks up your brain. People get addicted though. Addiction's a bitch. It's fucking difficult. And depending on who the person is, it's harder for some people to quit than others. You got to get it right in your head though. If you don't get it right in your head, you're not going to quit. I'm going to start letting dogs out. All right, thanks everybody. See ya.